Right now on Good Morning Northwest, fire crews battle a wildfire late last night in Columbia Point Park. We have how long it took crews to put out the blaze. And Kennewick fire crews also battled house fires over the weekend. What we know so far about this one that triggered a large crew response. And traces of forever chemicals have shown up in Kennewick's water supply. What these chemicals are and what you can do about it right now. Plus, meteorologist Tiffany Savona has your full forecast. Will we see a cool down this week, or will we see some more of that heat? Good Morning Northwest starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest on your side.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal. The time is 5 a.m. on Monday, May 13th. We'll check in now on your forecast with meteorologist Tiffany Savona. Tiffany, it's a lot warmer this morning than it usually is. I know I'm wearing fur, so that's not combating it. But in my defense, I'm always cold, and I was in the North Cascades this weekend, so I've been freezing all weekend. What are we seeing today, though?
You know, we're still going to see a warm day, but it's not going to be nearly as hot as it was this weekend. We saw 90s for the first time this year across many locations Saturday and for some locations on Sunday as expected. So we're not looking at 90s today, but we'll be in the 80s, well above average for this time of year. Right now, we're taking a live look out of our studio camera in Kennewick, and the sun rises at 5:25. So before 5:30 now, as the sky is getting pretty bright at this time in the morning. Look at these temperatures. We're waking up temperatures in the 50s and 60s. It was just in the 60s in the Tri-Cities. That's censored down, but it'll probably pop back up momentarily. 62 in Connell, 63 at Hanford, 63 in Yakima, and upper 50s along the foothills of the Blues. We're looking at a breezy day today, windy for the Kittitas Valley, where Ellensburg is under a wind advisory. Winds aren't too bad right now, but they will be ramping up as we get into the afternoon hours. So this morning, expect a mix of sun and clouds in the Yakima Valley. Temperatures in the 60s, rising into the upper 70s this afternoon. More clouds, or more sunshine, I should say, in the Tri-Cities and along the foothills of the Blues this morning. But the clouds will build as the cold front approaches. Middle 80s today in the Tri-Cities, upper 70s in Walla Walla. We cool it down a little bit more behind the front tomorrow, but then we're going to heat right back up. So our roller coaster ride of temperatures continues. We'll have that full 7-day forecast for you coming up in a little bit. Jessica?
Thank you, Tiffany. And the Yakima Police Department says one person is dead after a shooting at a home over the weekend. This happened Saturday afternoon around 3:30 on the 1400 block of Cherry Avenue. Authorities say they found a 71-year-old man had been shot to death. They say he was also carrying a small pistol. According to officers, a 27-year-old man at the home says the older man showed up to the home and threatened people with the gun. The younger man says he was protecting his family and shot the older man. Investigators say the shooting is under investigation, but no arrests have been made at this time. Information on what led up to the confrontation has not yet been released. And the Kennewick Police Department is asking for your help in finding the people responsible for a theft at a gas station last night. If you take a look at these pictures, authorities say the two people were caught on camera inside a Kennewick gas station and hope someone can identify them. They say the two people have gotten away from the police on multiple occasions, and the two were spotted in a white Toyota RAV4 with a rack on top of it. If you have any information, call the number on your screen. And last night, fire crews spent more than 4 hours putting out a fire at Columbia Point Park. This happened just off of the Edison exit and 240. The fire was called in just after 10:30, and Kennewick fire crews, along with Benton County fire crews, put out the blaze. At this time, the cause of the fire has not been released. Also, the Kennewick Fire Department battled a house for a little more than 3 hours last night. The fire happened on the 1500 block of West 2nd Avenue. Fire crews were called to the scene just after 7:30, and at least one car and what looks like a garage was destroyed. A porch on the house also had significant damage, and at this time, the cause of the fire has not been officially released, and we'll bring you more information on this as soon as it becomes available. Over in Benton County, the sheriff's office took photos of this brush fire that happened over the weekend on Saturday. According to authorities, it appears this fire started due to a controlled burn, and while fire crews were able to put out the fire quickly, they ask anyone who is wanting to do a controlled burn to take current weather conditions into consideration. And that same day, crews from Benton County Fire District 1 battled a house fire in the area of East 7th and South Havana near Findlay. When firefighters got to the scene, they say the homeowner was trying to put the fire out with an extinguisher and a garden hose. However, fire crews say the home was fully engulfed within a matter of minutes and was destroyed. Nobody was hurt, and it took several hours before crews could leave the area due to the hot spots, and the Red Cross is in contact with the family. And Benton County fire crews say the fire at Lineage continues to smolder, and this is 3 weeks after the fire destroyed the food storage warehouse. Fire officials say the building is unstable, and when flare-ups happen, they cannot safely put firefighters close enough to put out the hot spots. Fire officials also say they don't have a consistent high-volume water source to actively put out the flames. They say right now the situation is in a holding pattern, but the scene is being closely monitored with people on site around the clock. The city of Kennewick says traces of potentially dangerous forever chemicals have shown up in the city's tap water. The findings come after routine water testing in March. And the chemicals are commonly called PFAS, and at one point they were used in firefighting foam. But they're also used in things like stain-resistant and waterproof clothing, food wrappers, and non-stick cookware. They're also known as forever chemicals because they don't break down in the environment. They've also been linked to a long list of health concerns. So what can you do about this? Well, we told you about how the military is installing whole house filter systems for some homes in the Sela area, and that's where there's high levels of PFAS contamination. While Kennewick City officials say there's only a trace of the chemicals, the EPA now says there's effectively no safe level of PFAS. The city is working on a plan to clean up the tap water, but for now, the State Department of Health says if you're pregnant or breastfeeding, or if you're mixing formula, you might want to look for an alternative source of water because these chemicals might have a particularly big impact on babies' development. And now to an update on a story out of Walla Walla. A firefighter who was arrested and accused of child molestation and later had the charges dismissed against him will not return to the fire department. Anthony Spada submitted his resignation to the city on April 25th, and the city was in the middle of an internal investigation to determine if he would be allowed to return to work. The charges were dismissed against Spada back in December of 2023. And the Yakima Police Department wants you to be aware of a scam involving children that has been circulating on social media. Authorities say a social media post like this one has been popping up on community pages, and the post says a child has been found and is at the police station and no one has claimed him. Officials say this has been investigated and it has zero credibility. It's not real, and if people are asking for money with posts like these, they should be ignored. Straight ahead on Good Morning Northwest, May is Stroke Awareness Month. Do you know the signs and symptoms, or are you at risk? Your health headlines are up next. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Why do you Goodwill? Well, there are countless reasons.
Goodwill makes it easy to support my ongoing creative projects at home with their affordable items.
To be environmentally friendly through upcycling, reusing, and recycling.
For the chance to uncover brand new items at unbelievable prices.
Goodwill means being economical with my money.
With hundreds of reasons to shop at Goodwill, you can feel great about knowing 95.7 cents of every dollar you spend helps your community. Goodwill. Donate, shop, impact locally.
Summer's here, and with a new Toyota, you can start it with a splash. Hi. With a play date at a park. Or at a party with friends. Or at an epic water balloon fight.
Gotcha!
Right now, you can lease a new 2024 Camry for just $329 a month. See your local Toyota dealer or visit Toyota.com to learn more.
Your summer starts here.
Toyota, let's go places.
Make your first move with battery power made by Steel. Right now, save $50 on select Steel battery trimmers. Real Steel. Find yours.
Okay, guys, we're all here because US Cellular has an incredible deal. Right now, you can get unlimited data for just $30 a line.
Sorry, just double checking. Is it really that good of a deal?
Yeah. It's a huge deal. On top of that, you also get 4 free phones.
4 free phones! Wow, I just triple checked and that's awesome.
So go get that deal. Or at least help me clip. Do you check the expiration dates?
Oh, I can do that.
Great.
4 free phones plus unlimited data for just $30 a line. No trade-in needed.
Visit us at our new urban wine bar in historic downtown Kennewick. Choose from a variety of wines and food from our expanded menu. Enjoy time with friends old and new. After hours with riverfront views from our shaded patio, we are Murray Gaston Wine Bar.
For 600 different cigars and 125 pipe tobaccos, it's The Educated Cigar. For every cigar rated 96 and higher by Cigar Aficionado, it's The Educated Cigar. For 200 accessories, including dozens of humidors and fine pipes, it's The Educated Cigar. At The Educated Cigar, you can enjoy your favorite adult beverage and food from the on-site bar and restaurant while smoking and viewing the big game. Family owned and operated since 1998, open 7 days a week.
Makeup meets skincare expertise. True Match Serum Concealer by L'Oreal Paris. With hyaluronic acid. Corrects like a concealer, hydrates like an eye serum. An iron-shaped applicator to conceal and replump with a radiant finish. True Match Concealer. We're worth it.
This newscast sponsored by Washington State Department of Revenue's Working Families Tax Credit.
Welcome back. In your health news, as the weather warms up, it's crucial to notice the signs of heat-related illnesses. Listen to your body when you're out in the heat. Getting thirsty is a familiar reminder to take a break and hydrate. But if you skip that one and notice your skin starts to feel clammy, that means it's really time to get out of the heat and drink some water. Another thing to keep in mind with this heat is check the back seats of your car before you leave.
Dogs and children can die very quickly when left inside of a car. So you never want to leave them inside a car on a hot day or any day, because the temperature in that car will escalate very quickly and you might not realize just how quickly the temperature rises.
It's against the law in Washington to leave a pet or a child in a hot car. But if you see them left in a car, you need to call 911. Don't try to break in and rescue them yourself. And May is American Stroke Awareness Month. For those unfamiliar, a stroke is when blood flow to the brain is blocked or there's bleeding in the brain. Dr. Omre New is a neurologist with Cleveland Clinic. He says if you suspect someone is having a stroke, remember the acronym BE-FAST. That stands for Balance, Eyes, Face, Arm, Speech, and Time. And is the person experiencing sudden issues with their balance, eyesight, or weakness? Or do they have trouble talking? Or is there numbness or drooping in their face? If there is, call 911 right away.
Probably don't want people to try to do this on their own and come in by car, because there's a lot of other issues that can happen during a stroke: hemodynamic instability, blood pressure issues, and safety. So leave it to the professionals. Call 911 and wait for the ambulance.
According to the CDC, every 40 seconds, somebody in the U.S. has a stroke. And coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, it's what everyone is talking about, the Northern Lights. We take a look at some of the photos taken by agencies around our region. But first, meteorologist Tiffany Savona has your first alert full forecast. Keep it right here. We'll be right back.
Under our roof, they're free to dream big. Because we're here to help protect those dreams. Bundle life and save up to 25% on home and auto. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly.
Oh my gosh, there's a lot of letters.
It just means a lot of money. As an astrophysicist, can you explain what just happened?
Celebrity Wheel of Fortune, new tonight at 9 on ABC.
Summer's here, and with a new Toyota, you can start it with a splash. With a play date at a park. Or at a party with friends. Or at an epic water balloon fight.
Gotcha!
Right now, you can lease a new 2024 Camry for just $329 a month. See your local Toyota dealer or visit Toyota.com to learn more.
Your summer starts here.
Toyota, let's go places.
Shelby's Floral, your homegrown neighbor with worldwide connections for over 45 years. Shelby's, more than just a flower shop, specializing in beautiful custom arrangements, live plants, silk florals, and home decor. We're unique, and we're here for all of life's occasions, all year long. Shelby's Floral at the corner of Clearwater and Edison in Kennewick. Stop by today and let our experienced designers help you with all of your floral needs. Shelby's Floral.
My Curly Certified Pre-Owned means that your vehicle meets a higher standard, because it's the right thing to do. I mean, yeah, it's the right thing to do.
The vehicle we sell is a representation of us, and if we don't do everything we can to make sure it's a great product at a great value, then we don't want you driving the car.
You know, we can't make a pre-owned car brand new, but we do everything we can to make that vehicle right to be able to be sold to this community.
Thank you to our incredible community for 5 years of unwavering support. At Morphine Law Firm, we're committed to justice for all, and that's just one of the reasons why we offer free consultations. Call us today at Morphine Law Firm.
Sometimes Jonah wrestles with falling asleep, so he takes ZzzQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, and wakes up feeling like himself. Get the rest to be your best with non-habit-forming ZzzQuil. Better days start with ZzzQuil nights.
Bother the bugs. Not your family. Zevo is made with essential oils which attack bugs' biological systems. It wipes cleanly, plus is safe for use around people and pets. Zevo. People-friendly, bug-deadly.
Under our roof, they're free to dream big. Because we're here to help protect those dreams. Bundle life and save up to 25% on home and auto. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly.
Hello there. Watch live with Kelly and Mark.
Weekday mornings at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Tiffany Savona.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Hopefully you enjoyed the weekend. It was a hot weekend across the Columbia Basin, and hopefully you had the opportunity to check out the Northern Lights putting on such a show, especially Friday night. And we'll show you some pictures coming up in a couple of minutes. Right now, I do want to check out our studio camera in Kennewick. We're a couple minutes away from the official sunrise, but we're already brightening up the sky a bit this morning, and there are a few clouds out there, but we're on the mild side. Look at these numbers. Instead of 30s and 40s, we're in the 50s and 60s. We're at 60 at Hanford, 59 Connell, 56 in Prosser, 63 in Yakima, even 56 in Ellensburg, one of the cooler spots typically, 58 Walla Walla, and 55 degrees in Pendleton. Now the winds are going to increase today. It's looking like a breezy day and even a windy day for the Kittitas Valley. That's where winds, sustained winds right now, anywhere between 10 and 20 miles per hour. The rest of us, winds are fairly light, but they're going to increase for everyone as we get into the afternoon as a cold front approaches from the north and west. So we do have a wind advisory in effect from 11 o'clock this morning through 11 o'clock tonight for the Kittitas Valley. That is where the winds will be the strongest. That does include Ellensburg, so keep that in mind if you're traveling in that direction today. Winds will be out of the south and west and then shifting late, 25 to 35 miles per hour, gusts up to 50 will be possible. And I know across the rest of the region we don't have any advisories, but it's still going to be a breezy day. The rest of us could see gusts up to 30 miles per hour at times. So we do have a band of clouds moving across the region this morning as an upper level disturbance swings across the state of Washington. But we will still see the sunshine today. So look for a mix of sun and clouds through the afternoon. The winds will be picking up and temperatures won't be quite as high as this weekend. It's still going to be a warm day, don't get me wrong, but we're not talking about 90s. We're talking about low to middle 80s. 84 in Tri-Cities, 80 degrees Prosser, only 78 in Walla Walla, and 78 degrees in Yakima. Tonight, we will see those clouds eventually clear out. We'll be partly cloudy early and then mainly clear by tomorrow morning. I think we'll have a good opportunity to spot the ISS, and this is a great opportunity actually because it'll be early enough where most of you are probably still awake at 9:27. The pass will last 7 minutes, which is a long time. Maximum height above the horizon, 81 degrees, so that's almost straight up in the sky, and it will be moving from west-southwest to the east-northeast sky. So keep that in mind tonight. And temperatures will be dropping into the upper 40s to near 50 degrees. So we are looking at a cooler start tomorrow morning, and tomorrow a little bit of a cool down here with highs in the lower 80s, but we're still above average. It'll still be a pleasant day. So your 7-day forecast showing that it's warm, it's breezy today, a touch cooler tomorrow, but still nice. 82, 86 on Wednesday. We're warming it back up as high pressure builds back in by the end of the week, and then another front will drop us and cool us down by the weekend. Yakima 78 and windy today. 80 tomorrow, 86 Wednesday, 87 on Thursday, and we're back in the 70s Friday and Saturday. In Walla Walla, we're breezy, 70s today and tomorrow, back in the 80s by the middle of the week, and then cooler again. So the roller coaster ride of temperatures continues. Hermiston windy today, 82, and we'll keep it above average as we get close to 90 by Thursday, and then cool it back down. Jessica?
Thank you, Tiffany. And it's the talk of the town, of the country. The Northern Lights were bright and vibrant across the country, and there were several agencies who posted pictures of them in our region. So you can see this one right here looking beautiful. This is from the Benton County Sheriff's Office. This is Pasco PD's picture that they posted. The colors are just amazing. I'm so sad that I missed it. Oh, this is from Prosser PD. All these pictures are so amazing. Look at that. Richland PD showing off, showing out. These are just amazing. And I know a lot of you guys got several good pictures. I saw so many on my social media. This is West Richland PD. WSP Trooper Johnson, thank you to him. That is a great picture with the trees. Look at that. That is some artistry right there. Whoa! Walla Walla County Sheriff's Office. That looks like a NASA picture. And there's BCSO again. And this next picture was taken by my favorite photographer, my fiance, Chris. I am obsessed with this. He got this about an hour away from here, and he said it was the most amazing thing he had ever seen. And he travels quite often, so he's seen quite a few things. But this picture, the colors, the waterfall, just beautiful. It looks like it came from Iceland or Alaska, and it was right here nearby. And I love seeing all your guys' pictures, and don't go anywhere because when we return, it was a hot weekend, but not just in our region, but for the movie theaters. What action-packed flick nabbed the top spot at the box office? That and more when we come back.
Poor maintenance, old tires, bad brakes, that could be why the big truck hit you. Hit by a big truck? I know how to be their insurance companies. I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
Call 853-2222.
Dishwasher on the fritz. Laundry giving you fits. A water heater that quits. In a world without Culligan, hard water makes life harder. Get a Culligan softener, the world's best. Put your water worries to rest.
It's time. Time to let your soul breathe a little. To feel the sun on your face. And to feel alive again. It's time to dust off the clubs. To treat yourself. And test out your lungs. It's time to get away. To the place that's not so far away. Lakeside Coeur d'Alene. Win a dream giveaway at cda4.fun.
The savings continue with Bi-Mart's latest 16-page savings book. Pick up a copy in-store today. Spruce up the garden with 4-inch premium annuals. Member priced at 2 for $7. Plus save $5 on Maui mid-back patio chairs. Members save $20 on Key Men's double knee work jeans. Signature women's jeans by Levi Strauss are just $16.99. Find these savings and more in our latest savings book at Bi-Mart, your employee-owned membership store.
The White Card, a powerful resource for former Hanford and DOE employees. If you worked in the area and have come down with cancer, lung disease, Parkinson's, or renal failure, you may be eligible for financial compensation and healthcare services. A simple phone call can get the process started. Atomic Home Health. Don't wait. Call today.
Everyone deserves the fastest, most reliable internet speeds, regardless of where they live. That's why Spectrum offers the fastest speeds in more neighborhoods than any other provider. So switch to Spectrum and get a powerful network that connects nearly 500 million devices.
Switch to Spectrum Internet for only $49.99 a month with free modem, no data caps, and no contracts. Plus, save with our 2-year price guarantee when you level up to a gig. Call 1-855-735-1336 or scan to call.
With Spectrum Internet, you can power all of your devices to enjoy streaming, video chatting, and gaming with the most reliable internet speeds. Plus. Get a powerful network that millions of customers rely on. I rely on Spectrum Internet. You should too.
Switch to Spectrum Internet for only $49.99 a month with 99.9% network reliability, no added taxes or hidden fees, and no contracts. Plus, save with our 2-year price guarantee. Call 1-855-735-1336.
Call now.
Poor maintenance, old tires, bad brakes, that could be why the big truck hit you. Hit by a big truck? I know how to be their insurance companies. I'm attorney Mariana Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
Call 853-2222.
This newscast sponsored by Nissan.
Welcome back. In entertainment news, a new Planet of the Apes movie arrived in theaters this weekend. So how did the cinematic simians fare at the box office? Rick Damagella has the top 5 countdown.
Godzilla Kong: The New Empire dug in its massive heels to hold on to 5th place this weekend with $2.5 million. Taro stayed in 4th with $3.5 million, while Challengers maintained its 3rd place position with $4.7 million.
Why are you here?
I think there's been a misunderstanding.
Clearly.
Ryan Gosling's turn as the Fall Guy fell from 1st place to 2nd in its sophomore weekend in theaters. The action romance netted $13.7 million, bringing its domestic box office total to just under $50 million.
What a wonderful day!
Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes won the box office throne in its opening weekend. The latest film in the Apes franchise ran off with $56.5 million in the U.S. Variety reports the movie made an additional $72.5 million internationally for a debut total of $129 million. In Hollywood, I'm Rick Damagella.
Lots of new movies on my list that I need to watch. And coming up on Good Morning Northwest, a former Richland school board member is now a governor candidate. Up next, hear from Semi Bird and what his plans are for the state of Washington if elected. Also a special fundraiser for an organization working to make sure people of all abilities get a little help.
In today's Tech Bites, a labor dispute at Apple. Workers at one Apple store in Maryland have authorized a strike. They are demanding higher wages and changes to what they call unpredictable scheduling practices. Apple says it is working with the union in good faith to reach an agreement. Next, Google Wallet is getting rid of support for old Android and Wear operating systems. In a change taking effect next month, the payment service will require phones to have Android 9 or higher and smartwatches to have at least have OS 2X. Google cited security as the reason. And the solar storms producing the northern lights are no friend to farmers' equipment. The events are messing with the GPS systems in tractors. The systems are said to be extremely compromised. One farmer in South Dakota described his tractors going in circles after the automatic steering malfunctioned. Those are your Tech Bites. Have a great day.
Welcome to the Waverhood.
The Wayfair vibe at our place is Western.
My thing, darling, shine.
Gardening.
Some of us go for the dramatic.
How didn't I know Weaver had vanities and tile?
This? Yeah. Do you have any ottomans without legs? Sean, you'll flip for the food cart. In the Waverhood, there's a place for all of us.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
Nature's Bounty Hair Growth. Help grow thicker, fuller hair with just 1 capsule a day of Advanced Hair Complex. Conquer hair thinning.
And fall in love with your hair all over again.
Only from Nature's Bounty.
Lactate is 100% real milk, just without the lactose. Delicious, too. Just ask my old friend Kevin.
Nothing like enjoying a cold one while watching the game. Who's winning?
We are, my friend. We are.
Right now on Good Morning Northwest, Washington Governor hopeful Semi Bird returns to the Tri-Cities. What his plans are for the region if he's voted in. Another protest at the University of Washington, what their message is, especially for those who've been causing disruptions on college campuses across the nation. Also, an organization is working to raise money for guide dogs for the blind. How you can help and get involved. Plus, meteorologist Tiffany Savona has your full forecast. Good Morning Northwest starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest on your side.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal. The time is 5:29 on Monday, May 13th. We'll check in now on your forecast with meteorologist Tiffany Savona. Tiffany, it was hot this weekend. I know we're going to be seeing high temperatures again today. How hot exactly are we getting?
We're only going to get into the 80s today. I know that's still pretty warm for everyone here, but it's not going to be as hot as the 90s that we saw this weekend. In the Tri-Cities, we hit 92 on Saturday and 90 on Mother's Day. So hopefully everyone had a great Mother's Day this past weekend. This morning, we're starting off with some clouds in the area, especially in the Tri-Cities. This is what it looks like out of our studio camera in Kennewick. And you can see this batch of clouds moving east of the Yakima Valley, impacting Connell, Prosser, Tri-Cities, Hermiston. That'll be headed toward Walla Walla, and then that will be out of here. So we are tracking some cloud cover for this morning. One of the reasons why temperatures are on the mild side. Look at this. It's 54 in Prosser. It's 58 in Walla Walla. Last time I checked in the Tri-Cities, it was in the 60s. So you're probably in the lower 60s as the sensor is now down. 54 in Hermiston and 63 in Yakima. Not a bad start. Now it is a little bit on the breezy side across our westernmost communities in the Yakima and Kittitas valleys, where wind speeds are anywhere from 10 to 20 miles per hour. Winds are pretty light all across the rest of the region, but it will be a breezy day, and a wind advisory is in effect for Ellensburg and the rest of the Kittitas Valley through tonight. So as you're heading off to work this morning, maybe just that light sweater or sweatshirt. Temperatures in the 60s for your morning drive, and high temperatures in the middle 80s. So that's kind of not too cold, not too hot, kind of in that ideal range, especially for those of you that do like the warm weather. Now, our temperatures are all over the place this week. We'll have that full 7-day forecast for you coming up in a little bit. Jessica?
Thank you, Tiffany. And MultiCare is preparing to build a new emergency department in Yakima Valley. They've purchased property just off West Valley Mall Boulevard near the Costco and Union Gap to build a 10,000 square foot facility. Officials say MultiCare Yakima Memorial Hospital saw nearly 87,000 emergency room patients last year alone. They're hoping that the new neighborhood emergency department in Union Gap will help ease the demand when it opens late next year. And a former Richland School Board member has applied for the upcoming gubernatorial race. Semi Bird made a campaign stop in Richland, and Semi Bird grew up on the west side of the state, but now calls the Tri-Cities his home. Last month, Bird received the nomination from his party at the Washington State Republican Party convention. Bird was also an associate director of professional development and community education at WSU Tri-Cities. He won his party's nomination by a landslide with more than 72% of the vote, and Bird enlisted into the Army in 2001.
Our current governor, Jay Inslee, one of the longest serving governors in the state of Washington. In 3 words, how will you be different from Inslee?
Oh my goodness, 3 words. I could not meet that metric. I'll try fiscally more effective.
And Governor Jay Inslee is not running again, and the primary is set for August 6th. And counter-protesters took over the University of Washington over the weekend, all in an effort to try and overtake the pro-Palestinian protesters already there. Maddie White reports some of the parties refusing to move.
There's people here that do support Israel in this fight.
This pro-Israel demonstrator is among those engaging in a counter-protest Sunday against pro-Palestinian protesters behind barricades in UW's Quad with this intent in mind.
I would like the protesters to actually open their minds to understand why what they're doing is hurtful.
He says he's offended by the message of those in the encampment, and yet pro-Palestinian protesters say they see it a different way.
Anti-Semitism is not the same thing as anti-Zionism. Anti-Zionism is standing against the apartheid state that Israel is inflicting upon the Palestinian people. It's about standing against the genocide.
I do think that anti-Zionism is anti-Semitism.
The counter-protesters dispersed after a few hours, but wanted to leave a lasting message.
We won't back down. I think that the protesters are wrong. Their message just doesn't make any sense to me.
Meantime, the pro-Palestinian encampment remains at the center of campus.
We stand for humanity, we stand for peace, we stand for the liberation of the Palestinian people.
Even though university leadership is trying to have them pack up. On Friday, they released a statement saying, in part, the university's response to students' call for change will not be based on an encampment. It will be through constructive engagement. We call on members to dismantle the encampment. But that has not yet seemed to dissuade these passionate protesters.
They say escalation doesn't work. I disagree. They say that us being here isn't pressure on the university. I disagree.
And most universities are trying to hold graduation ceremonies despite concerns over protests. Pro-Palestinian students are finding ways to protest during university commencement ceremonies. Pomona College outside Los Angeles says it decided ahead of last night's service to move its off-campus for safety reasons. In North Carolina, video shows about 30 students at Duke University walking out of Sunday's ceremony. Another walkout was at Virginia Commonwealth University Saturday, and chanting disrupted UC Berkeley's ceremony the same day. And the Tri-Cities Association of Machinists and Aerospace Workers are giving back to our community. And that's because they're raising money for the Guide Dogs of America nonprofit organization. Volunteers were out at Ranch and Home in Kennewick last week, offering free hot dogs, soda, and pamphlets of information about the Guide Dog organization. People also donated cash to the cause, and the Machinists are also holding raffles to win things like custom birdhouses and gift cards to Ranch and Home.
What Guide Dogs of America does is they provide the animals and the training free of charge to the blind person. So these people raise money to provide the dog and the means of training the guide dog and the recipient.
The Machinists will be back out this coming weekend on Saturday at Griggs Ace in Richland. And up next on Good Morning Northwest, another Walla Walla balloon stampede in the books. Our very own Riley Fitzgerald gives us a different perspective this morning instead of a bird's eye view. She's in next.
It's Ford SUV season. Time to get out there and take on adventure in a whole new way. Let's get going. Get 0 for 72 and $3,000 cash on an Escape or $3,000 on a Mustang Mach-E. Only at your local Ford dealer.
Your best days of the year start here at Kubota Orange Days. It's the year's biggest selection of Kubota tractors, zero-turn mowers, and utility vehicles, including the #1 selling compact tractor in the USA. Plus, get 0 down and 0% APR for 84 months or up to $2,800 off select Kubota tractors. Orange goes all day. Sales ending soon. Visit your local dealer today.
Find a Kubota dealer near you at gokubota.com.
At the Pacific Clinic, we understand the juggle of parenthood. That's why the PC is your one-stop shop for all your health, sports, and medical needs. Schedule your appointments around your favorite group fitness classes and use our on-site childcare services.
From women's health to care for your little ones, we practice a comprehensive approach to keep your family feeling great.
With our quick and convenient scheduling, we'll get you in within the same week, often the next day. Call us today at 509-783-5465.
Welcome to Beaver Valley Lodge, your rustic lodging and event venue in the beautiful Leavenworth, Washington. Experience the great outdoors and enjoy the beauty of the mountains as you stay with us on our 50 acres in the Cascade Foothills. Whether you're joining us for a wedding, retreat, vacation, or family reunion, we're here to make your stay unforgettable. We make it our goal for you to come as a guest, but leave as a friend. Book your stay today at beavervalleylodge.com.
Everyone deserves the fastest, most reliable internet speeds, regardless of where they live. That's why Spectrum offers the fastest speeds in more neighborhoods than any other provider.
Switch to Spectrum Internet for only $49.99 a month. Call 1-833-376-4999.
With Spectrum Internet, you can power all of your devices to enjoy streaming, video chatting, and gaming. I rely on Spectrum Internet. You should too. Call now.
What makes me strong?
Every shot I take.
Every paddle I pull.
Every delicious bite.
Every good long laugh.
Every story about our ancestors.
my family, my community, my tribe.
Our connection, that's our strength.
We use our strength to support each other. If you or someone else is struggling with mental health or thinking about suicide, call or text for help. That is a sign of strength we share.
It's Ford SUV season. Time to get out there and take on adventure in a whole new way. Let's get going. Get 0 for 72 and $3,000 cash on an Escape or $3,000 on a Mustang Mach-E. Only at your local Ford dealer.
This newscast sponsored by Washington State Department of Revenue's Working Families Tax Credit.
Welcome back. So the Walla Walla Balloon Stampede is one of the biggest attractions to cross the Upper Blue Mountain region. So balloons went up only on Thursday and Friday due to the weekend's wind, right, Riley?
Yes. So some of my favorite stories to cover as a reporter are my ride-alongs, and I've done a lot. I've been in police cars, race cars, school buses, and perhaps the most notable ones, hot air balloons.
I love that.
This time I wanted to join the ground crew instead to highlight the work of the many volunteers and hot air balloon chasers. Pilots say they couldn't put on the show without them.
No, it's not a sole person sport. The pilot and one person cannot go out, put a hot air balloon up, fly, chase, and do it back. You actually need a group of people to get it done.
The process to following a hot air balloon is a lot more simple than it seems. Wait, follow, and try to get in front of them. I joined along for the setup, chase, and tear down with Lori Spencer's crew. Spencer is a hot air balloon pilot and the event organizer for the Walla Walla Balloon Stampede. She says she's always aware of what's going on under her basket when it comes to her ground crew.
Very aware. I look for it. It's distinctive. I know what it looks like. And particularly if you're in a congested urban area, I look for them and I say, where are you? They say, I'm at your 10 o'clock. So I know to look where they are in relationship to where I am.
And experience comes in handy. Her team in particular, they've been with her for years, traveling alongside her balloon, ready to set up when the weather is just right.
This group here, we don't talk much because we just know what has to be done and just go do it.
But it's not always a close-knit group who can read each other's minds. These events always need volunteers, even people who have never touched a hot air balloon basket in their lives.
They're helpful, they're eager to learn. Most of the time they're pretty good help. I mean, as you can tell, a lot of this is just physical labor. So it's just getting it done.
What I enjoy most about that is the magic that they get to feel with something that I'm lucky enough to do every day. When they haven't been able to be around balloon before, it's a whole experience, the size of it, of course, and then the magic that they see when it goes up in the air.
And it was certainly a different perspective from the ground.
And Riley, you've been both up in the air and now you've been on the ground. So which one's better?
Oh, well, now that I've seen both, I have to say that the bird's eye view up in the sky has a little kick to it.
And since you're an expert now on both the ground and the air, you can take me up there because I haven't done it yet.
Well, you gotta next year or later this year.
You can take me up yourself, right?
Balloon rally. That would be a lot of hours of training.
Okay, well, we can dream, right, next year. So you had a pretty busy weekend because Hanford Student Media hosted its awards ceremony and featured a very special guest.
So for anyone that I haven't told, I'm a Falcon graduate who proudly took part in Hanford Student Media, specifically the Falcon Report, and those are the morning announcements, and the reason I got into news in the first place.
I love that. So HSM started its Hall of Fame this year, and Riley, you're the first inductee. So the Hall of Fame is meant to honor graduates of the Hanford Student Media Program and shows current students some of the successes that they may be able to find after they graduate.
Without further ado, I am pleased to announce our first inductee to the Hanford Student Media Hall of Fame. Some of you might recognize her from your morning news, Riley Fitzgerald. So come up here so I can speak about you and make you feel awkward.
Riley, I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. Jessica, I was incredibly honored and humbled to be in any Hall of Fame, and I'm so glad that it's one at Hanford. I poured my soul into that program for 7 whole semesters, almost 4 straight years, except first semester of freshman year. So, of course, I had the option to say a little something to the students. So, of course, I had to give some advice to those students in the program that got me into my career.
Remember to laugh at yourself before anybody else can. Remember to get the perspectives of every single person that you can and learn so much about them.
Report safely, fairly, and with so much curiosity. And don't forget to format your SD card only after you get all of your footage off of it. Save your project, please. And have pride in everything that you write, say, and edit.
Beautiful speech, all true things, everything that you need to know. So students received individual awards for things like Best Editor, Best Segment, Most Improved, and many more.
Yeah, and so I'm so proud of all my Falcon Report kids who are absolutely killing it. I call them mine. I see them all the time.
Of course, and I've seen you work so hard here, so I know that you were just as hardworking back in the day. So she is someone great to learn from, students. Well, coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, meteorologist Tiffany Savona has your first alert full forecast. She'll let you know how hot it's going to be today. Keep it right here.
Visit Cougar Bay Preserve on Fly the Northwest. Apple Valley News Now at 6 Tuesday.
Poor maintenance, old tires, bad brakes, that could be why the big truck hit you. At my law firm, we have a team that knows big truck wrecks. Big truck insurance companies know that we have the knowledge and experience to get you paid everything you deserve. Call the heavy hitter. When I call the insurance companies, they listen. Hit by a big truck, I know how to be their insurance companies. I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
The heavy hitter is the one for you. Call 853-2222.
My family's been serving the Tri-Cities for 85 years at Griggs and the Tri-Cities Ace stores.
And we have some deals we don't want you to miss.
Ortho Weed Clear is on sale, only $11.99.
Assorted colors of geraniums are only $2.49.
Tomato and pepper plants are sale priced at $4.99.
And this 50-foot garden hose is a steal at $24.99.
See all of the deals using this QR code. Come see us at Griggs and your Tri-Cities Ace stores, and thank you for your business.
A lot of the public doesn't realize it's not a requirement of a used car dealer to fix open safety recalls before they sell them.
A safety recall can be a million things, from your airbags to your brakes to your, even your tailgate opening and something flying out the back. It's not something we're going to take lightly, and we're going to make sure that every customer gets in a vehicle that's safe and 100% compliant.
And that starts with a 102-point inspection. And not only when the vehicle's reconditioned for the lot, but we also check those vehicles again at the time of sale. We're never going to let you drive off this lot on a vehicle that has an open safety recall.
The vehicle we sell is a representation of us. And if we don't do everything we can to make sure it's a great product at a great value, then we don't want you driving the car.
McCurley Certified Pre-Owned means that your vehicle meets a higher standard.
Find your way home in a Subaru certified pre-owned vehicle from McCurley Subaru.
Hi, this is Paul Wood at Wood's Nursery. These are our arborvitaes for this season. We're running a special on them. They're 67 footers. They're $89.95 while they last. We've got fountains too, over 60 of them to choose from. Flowering trees. We have 5 acres of nursery stock. It's absolutely full this year, and we'd love to see you come out and join us. And we appreciate your business for over 50 years, Woods Nursery.
Okay, nature lovers, at US Cellular, you can get an iPhone 15 Pro on us, plus $300 off a new iPad.
It's true. Check out this amazing photo of an Iberian lynx I got.
That's a tabby cat.
And a slaty bristle front.
A pigeon?
And even Bigfoot.
Yeah, so that's Gary?
Oh, yeah, bro. That's me.
Bigfoot does not exist.
And Gary does exist.
Right now at US Cellular, get an iPhone 15 Pro on us, plus $300 off any iPad. US Cellular, built for us.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Tiffany Savona.
Good morning. I hope everyone had a great Mother's Day, a great weekend, as it was a hot weekend across the Columbia Basin. We were in the 90s Saturday and Sunday in the Tri-Cities as expected, but we are expecting a slight cool down not only today, but tomorrow as well, all thanks to a cold front moving through. Now our Dust Devils Skycam in Pasco is showing a band of cloud cover currently moving across the region this morning, and our temperatures are on the mild side. We're talking about temperatures in the 50s and 60s to start off your Monday morning. So maybe just that thin, light jacket. That's all you're going to need with temperatures around 60 in Connell and at Hanford, 55 in Prosser, 54 in Hermiston, 58 Walla Walla. That Tri-City sensor still down, but you're likely in the lower 60s this morning. And we're at 60 in Toppenish, 63 in Yakima. It will be a breezy day for all of us except the Kittitas Valley, where a wind advisory is in effect. I'll show you that in just a second. But winds are fairly light for many of us this morning. They're already starting to increase across the Yakima and Kittitas Valleys, and that's where winds will be the strongest today. Now, wind advisory in effect for the Kittitas Valley, including Ellensburg. So if you're traveling in that direction today, you'll want to make sure you be careful, watch those high-profile vehicles, and also 2 hands on the steering wheel. We could see wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour. The rest of the region could see wind gusts up to 30 miles per hour this afternoon. Here's a batch of clouds pushing from west to east across the region this morning as an upper-level disturbance moves across the state of Washington. And you can see once that batch of clouds moves through, we'll see plenty of sunshine before a few more clouds roll in this afternoon, with high temperatures still on the warm side, still above average, but not quite as hot as those 90s. So we should get up to 84 in Tri-Cities, 82 in Hermiston, 80 in Prosser, 81 in Toppenish, 78 in Walla Walla, and 78 degrees in Yakima. So still a really nice day despite that wind. Tonight, we will see those clouds clear out probably later on as we get closer to midnight, and we'll wake up to plenty of sunshine tomorrow morning. Now, we have another great opportunity to spot the ISS streaming across the sky tonight. And it's great because I think the weather will cooperate for the most part, but it'll also be at a time, 9:27, when most of you are still awake. It's not too late at night or too early in the morning. The pass will last 7 minutes. It'll be 81 degrees above the horizon, which is almost straight up in the sky, since that is 90 degrees. And it'll travel from west-southwest to east-northeast. Tonight, tomorrow morning, temperatures will be in the upper 40s to near 50 degrees, so significantly cooler tomorrow. It'll be chilly again, but then by tomorrow afternoon, still pretty nice, a little bit cooler compared to what we're expecting today. Highs in the lower 80s. And your 7-day forecast showing that we do warm things up as high pressure builds back in by the middle of the week, getting close to 90 again on Thursday, and then another cool down. We drop into the 70s this weekend. A pretty nice weekend. That's what we're looking at right now. Yakima, 78 today and windy, 80 degrees tomorrow, and then mid-upper 80s Wednesday and Thursday before our next cool down. Walla Walla, 78 breezy today, 70s tomorrow, back in the 80s Wednesday, Thursday. Another cool down back in the 70s expected to arrive this weekend. Hermiston, windy today, 82, 80 degrees tomorrow, close to 90 on Thursday, and then we'll drop it once again with those lows tumbling back down into the 40s as we get into next Saturday and Sunday. Jessica?
Thank you, Tiffany. And when we return on Good Morning Northwest, we've seen the northern lights that showed up in our region, and now we take a look at the spectacular sight and the frenzy about them across the nation. That is up next.
If you're injured on the job, you need an experienced workers' comp attorney.
Workers' compensation is complex. It has its own laws, doctors, courts, and judges.
For years as an assistant attorney general, I represented labor and industries. Now, I fight for injured workers.
If you were hurt at work, let us go to work to get you benefits.
Call 509-584-4411. Bothwell and Hamill.
Bathfitter does showers? That's right. We offer a wide selection of beautiful and functional showers in all shapes and sizes. We can even convert your bath into a shower. How about that? With our seamless one-piece walls and hundreds of design options, you'll get a beautiful new shower to fit your needs, guaranteed for life. Bathfitter's been around for 40 years, and we've been experts at showers for just as long. Get yours today. Bathfitter, it just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
For 600 different cigars and 125 pipe tobaccos, it's The Educated Cigar. For every cigar rated 96 and higher by Cigar Aficionado, it's The Educated Cigar. For 200 accessories, including dozens of humidors and fine pipes, it's The Educated Cigar. At The Educated Cigar, you can enjoy your favorite adult beverage and food from the on-site bar and restaurant while smoking and viewing the big game. Family owned and operated since 1998, open 7 days a week.
Oh, the puppies are loose.
Need to get home in a hurry?
time for sport mode.
Party's over, boys.
Drive the Nissan Sentra. Now get 3.9% APR financing for 36 months or get a low $269 per month lease on Sentra.
You work hard for your money, and now you can get money back on state taxes you already paid with the Washington State Working Families Tax Credit. Visit workingfamiliescredit.wa.gov.
Save now at Buy Mart with our latest savings book. Pick up a copy in-store today. From spring gardening and patio must-haves to pantry essentials and more. Save now at Buy Mart. Northwest employee-owned for 20 years.
The journey home can look a little different to everyone. That's why our expert technicians are here to make sure that wherever you feel at home, whether it's when you're hard at work, surrounded by loved ones, or cheering them on from the sidelines, you get there. Because we know a vehicle is really more than a vehicle. It's your way home.
Drive home in a certified pre-owned Mercedes-Benz with financing as low as 2.99%.
Watch live with Kelly and Mark weekdays at 9.
What a mild start this morning. Look at these numbers. No 30s or 40s. The exception, Cle Elum, down to 49. Most of us in the 50s and 60s. A very mild start on this Monday. As you head back to work, you get the kids back to school only for a few more weeks. You're getting closer and closer to summer break. As we look at our high temperatures today, they will be cooler than yesterday, but still above average for this time of year. 78 in Yakima, 81 in Toppenish, 70 in Ellensburg, 80 degrees Prosser, 82 at Hanford, 79 Moses Lake, 84 in Tri-Cities, 82 in Hermiston, and we'll keep it in the upper 70s. Pretty nice along the foothills of the Blues. 76 in Dayton, 76 Mountain Freewater, and 78 degrees in Walla Walla. Jessica?
Thank you, Tiffany. And there was quite a light display in the sky that stopped many Americans right in their tracks over the weekend. The aurora borealis was seen farther south than it's been seen in generations, treating millions of Americans to a celestial show that many of them never thought they'd ever witness. ABC's Danny New has more.
Millions of Americans across the country were awed by a green and sometimes purple glow in the sky this past weekend. From Seattle to Texas to the backyard of one ABC News viewer in Connecticut who says traveling to see the Northern Lights was always on her bucket list.
If for some reason it never happens, I will be very satisfied with what I witnessed Friday night.
But that's the thing, the aurora borealis that was all over social media on Friday stuck around for Saturday and even Sunday night. In fact, a scientist with NOAA in Colorado says this was our biggest geomagnetic storm in 21 years.
A rapid fire of all these CMEs, coronal mass ejections, aimed at Earth and arriving at Earth is what drove the geomagnetic field to such an agitated state.
Sunday overnight, the spectacle did not reach as far south as earlier in the weekend, but was still a possibility in cities like Seattle, Chicago, and New York, where I tried monitoring, but can someone turn these dang skyscrapers off? But I should be careful what I wish for. All of this geomagnetic activity may be pretty, but it can have effects on the power grid and electronics. Apparently, it's the currents that these solar flares can create for power lines.
They're not built to use this current, so it becomes a problem.
John Deere, as in the lawn mowing equipment company, even sent out a press release Saturday morning suggesting that the geomagnetic storm had been affecting many brands of GPS signals across the board. And of course, this activity does come about a month after that generational solar eclipse in April.
Honestly, I wasn't expecting it to compare at all, but I found myself having similar-ish reactions because it was more unexpected.
I will say, if you have major FOMO like I do, Catherine did actually admit that the aurora kind of looked cooler on her phone than it really did in real life. So, you know, social media in a nutshell. In New York for ABC News, I'm Danny New.
And we'll take a look at some of those regional Northern Lights pictures in just a little bit again, so keep it right here. But right